In this episode, we reach the Giang Loop. I critique the Honda CB150, and eventually the chaos overwhelms as a local takes out Chev. Bye-bye. Okay, so today we're heading to Yenba. It's Yenba. Yenba? I don't know. It's 102 kilometers, 2.5 hours. So if we double that, which we probably won't have to. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock now. 11:30. So yeah, it's a city, and we can get some dinner there and get our laundry done. And what else can I say? The lady also said no landslides. So yeah, just having another nice mellow day here. At least there's a possibility of such. Maybe not rain. There's a higher probability of no rain today, but who knows? Okay, I'm rambling now. Let's get going. Hello.
Xin chào. Hello.
Puppies. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
My name Lei. What's your name?
My name's Jason. What's your name?
My name Lei.
Lei.
Lei Tim Tim. What's your name?
My name is Jason. What's your name?
My name Jian. Nice to meet you.
In Vietnam, parents encourage their children to talk with us. Everywhere we go, children are nudged to approach us to practice speaking English. Children ride their bikes to school and play outside, unsupervised. They often run up to us to see what we are about. There is no such thing as stranger danger. They experience the world, sharp corners and all. They are allowed to explore the innate curiosity that all youngsters have. In the West, the children are conditioned to fear the unknown that is lurking around every corner. When Americans grow up, some of us actually believe it when they tell us that if the opposite political party gains power, It'll be the end of our way of life. Up until recently, for the last millennia, Vietnam has been defending itself from real invaders, real dangers, real threats. Perhaps the Vietnamese condition their children too. The difference is that the dangers the next generation must face do not have to be manufactured.
Got a cucumber salad, spring rolls, morning glory. I believe that's some chicken. Wait, no? Oh, excuse me, pork. Bamboo, thank you. And some fish from the lake. Some different sauces. And some rice.
Rice wine.
And,
Rice wine.
And some rice wine.
It'll mix with the smell of your gloves.
Oh, yeah, nice.
New aroma.
That's really gross. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Merci.
Arigato.
Gracias. We were doing shots with that guy last night, doing different languages. Thank you and come on, merci, and gracias. Anyway, we are hoping to make it to Giang today. It is a little bit after 10. It's about 3.5 hours, 100 miles. And let's see here, we got about 40 kilometers. So a little bit under 20 miles of back roads, and then we got more of a freeway type highway, not freeway. Motorbikes are not allowed on the freeways in Vietnam. So yeah, we're gonna get into Giang, and that's the Giang. I'm not pronouncing that right. It's where the good stuff starts. That's like the iconic Vietnamese mountains. And the Giang loop takes about 4 days. So yeah, this is we're heading towards the apex of the trip here, the highlight, fun part, the cherry on top, the part that you suffer for. And for now, we're dealing with mud puddles. All right, let's get going. We are leaving the hotel. Getting going at the crack of noon. And yeah, got a couple of stops to make, and then we're going to go see the Giang Loop. up, leaving our homestay. I don't know if the camera saw that or not, but that's the flagpole commemorating Vietnam's most northern point. "52 square meters to commemorate the 52 ethnic groups." Yeah. All right, here we go. See you later. Bye-bye. 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 Okay, that's where we stayed last night. And here is flagpole. I'm not sure if those buildings there are China, and if that's not China, it's the next ridge over. It's just a few kilometers to China. And this is probably the closest I'll ever get to that. China and America are not exactly unfriendly terms these days. It's unfortunate.
Lần đầu tiên trải nghiệm cái này vui ghê lắm. Lúc nào anh có từ Mỹ về Việt Nam anh có dịp lên đây xong liên hệ em nha để em đưa đi chơi.
Well, I can't be sure, but
Nhưng mà ô nó đang bị hỏng.
I would speculate those people are singing the Vietnamese national anthem.
Đất hàng không cuối của nước Việt Nam đó. Chụp đi Bữa ơi. Chụp cho ấy đi, xong tí nữa em chụp cho chị đi. Cho ai? Em chụp cho chị, chụp cho em
Wow,
đi.
dừng 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 dừng.
Nhưng mà ô nó bị làm sao không xuống được rồi nhá. Em bảo. Không tung được ra ngoài.
So that flag is 54 square meters to represent the 54 ethnic groups here in Vietnam. Okay, can you see the flag behind me? Let's see. Back there. Oh yeah, there it is. Oop. Alright, that was kind of cool.
As I ride away, I can't help but to think about the group singing the national anthem. If I would see this in America, which I never have outside a stadium, it would raise my defenses against the manipulations of propaganda or marketing. In America, the only time I hear something patriotic, either someone is trying to sell me something or to cajole me into supporting a political cause or military aggression. I can't think of a time in recent history when America constructed a monument other than to the 9/11 victims. I do spend a fair amount of time in the national park system. In a way, these are monuments to the Teddy Roosevelt style of American rugged individualism, or at least they used to be. Unfortunately, the park system is crumbling and constantly complaining about the lack of funds. Other than policing, the limited services are provided by contractors and concessionaires. The rangers treat their visitors with annoyance. As the obstacles to the land they are trying to preserve, they resent the visitors and probably wish they would just stay home. They even troll YouTube, exerting their authority to find creators who did not get the proper permits to film or fly drones. As with so much of America these days, it all comes down to money, and no one has enough. In Vietnam, patriotism is more than a slogan used in marketing or political campaigns. I'm not talking about political ideology here. These are people with a proud identity, yet face the future with humility and respect. If I understand their history correctly, their wars have not been civil, rather to repel invaders, not as an internal clash of identity, rather one of protecting it. As I travel through a gorge, in the same class as the Grand Canyon, I find it different that people actually live here. They build houses and plant crops. At first, the environmental protection script installed in my head starts shouting, "Preservation!" As I wrestle myself back to rationality, a sense of harmony emerges, and I don't see this development as an intrusion. Then I remember one of the key differences between the East and the West core values or beliefs. In Judaism, on which Christianity is based, the first people messed up. Their flaws and their shortcomings caused them to be separated from God. Adam and Eve had the eject button pressed on them, resulting in a life of separated suffering for them and their descendants, on down through the eons. The Eastern religions are absent from this event. At no time did humanity become separated from a higher power. There was no fall in their belief systems. On their altars, you will find things like fresh food, money, soda pop, and beer. Their gods are not high up in another plane of existence, rather here and now, and need to eat too. Instead of dwelling on penance and forgiveness, with the hope of unity with the source in a future existence, The East focuses on this connection with the inner greater in this life, present and now. For me, Vietnam is an escape, a respite from this Western dualism conversation that has somehow invaded my head. These people do not view themselves as conquerors of this canyon and then feel guilty. Rather, they live in harmony with it. They build houses from local materials, plant crops that complement the local flora, and enhance the beauty with their artistic creativity. Anything that is alive, that metabolizes, is going to alter the environment. This is not living in opposition to nature, but rather the natural way of things. Maybe, just perhaps, humanity, flaws and all, is the most advanced evolution of nature. This latest upgrade now has the ability to express beauty via creativity rather than random chance. Could it be that we are the manifestation of a level of nature that can experience itself as a creation in the act of creating? Perhaps we have told ourselves a story that went off the rails, a story that we are somehow separate from this world, little bubbles of harmful parasitic observers. Rather, we are the product of evolution that has gained the ability to guide and shape not only itself, but its environment as well. I no longer view myself as separate from anything, rather as a participant of a beautiful world trying to understand itself, as creation unfolds before my eyes in real time.
See you later. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was pretty cool. Glad it was paved. That's all I have to say.
That was freaking awesome. That was so cool.
Yes, it was.
Oh, God.
Yes, it was. Glad it was paved. This is the first decent hotel that we stumbled across in quite a while, so we decided to stay an extra night. Coffee, fast food, and beer. Works for me. So, here's a close-up. The trucks here, that's how they cool their brakes. They spray them with water.
When we find a place with good food, we tend to return. A group of boys, say between the ages of 11 and 14, provided the service. Something was different about them, but I didn't think much about it. Later, Tia learned that these boys were orphans. The restaurant's owner took them in under her wing. Unlike any boys this age I've ever seen, they seemed to be happy to be working and were focused on their jobs. When given a task, there was no rolling of the eyes. They were happy to have things to do and would actively ask the owner for what's next. No doubt this kind lady made sure that the boys had the basics like food, shelter, and clothing, but she also gave them something else: purpose and a place to belong. These boys entered the world without security that most of us have never really thought about. We just pass go and get our $100. No, these boys were grateful for the opportunity to work for things that most of us get for free.
So here we are in Yalvac. I'm not saying that right. Getting a start for the day. So we're trying to decide what to do today. We either have to go 1/3 or 2/3 of the way to our next destination. There's not really a halfway point. So we're gonna go to back Mao, something like that, which is about an hour and a half away from here, and just kind of figure it out from there. There's some hotels there and stuff, and we might continue on more, or we might stay there, or we might just see what happens. All right, let's go. Hey, thank you. Come on.
I just wanted to pass the top.
Yeah, I saw that. And if we have to turn around,
I know.
I'm gonna run interference for you guys. Let me get 50 yards ahead. So we were trying to figure out which way to go, and we had to get out of the way of a truck leaving the gas station. So we put out on the road, and we were going to pull over and look at the map, and there was a cop there. So Chev just kept on going, which was the correct thing to do. But it turned out we were going the wrong way. So I went first. If he was going to pull us over, the timing was he was going to get me because I have all the correct stamps, theoretically. And and Chev and Tia, so if he happened to pull me over, then they could slip on by. But alas, by the time we went back there, he was gone. Or maybe that's him behind us. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Maybe it'll show up in the video. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Chev's got 2 cameras, or Tia's got 2 cameras, I don't know. I've got 2. That's 4 cameras. I'd like to say that that's the reason that we did not get, well, we got pulled over, but we got let go immediately. I would like to think the cameras are the reason why, but can't say for sure. He seemed to get really friendly though. Big old smile on his face. Is my other camera going? No. Who knows?
As a guest of this country, using a word like corruption to describe the civil police apparatus is highly inappropriate, and I will not do so in this vid. Besides, I have more than enough criticism in these vids aimed at my own country. Anyway, it's a simple fact that anyone who travels to many areas of the world must deal with the police. Absence of wrongdoing is irrelevant in these sort of interactions. Based on our last run-in with the police, I am relieved when they wave us on.
Bye-bye. We are heading to Hobby Lake today. Right now we're in Lowback. Back low. Lowback. Back low. I don't know. So we got a little bit over 100 kilometers to do today. And at about 3.5 hours. Getting an early start. It's about 7:30 right now. I'm trying to beat the heat because we are no longer in the mountains, and it's end of August here in the lowlands. Pretty freaking hot. Getting some gas. Not a lot going on today as far as scenery, I don't think. So, but as always, I'll turn the camera on if something interesting happens. Yeah, sure.
God damn, look at that view.
That's
It's
awesome.
really clear today too. It's not very smoggy.
Right in the clouds. This is a good day for drone pictures, movies, whatever.
For sure. I bet we could get the fall.
Some trips go on way too long. Others end way too soon. The Giang loop was over before I was ready for it to be, as if it was taken away before I was satiated. But at least there was one more glimpse, before this place will be only a memory, a vivid series of pictures in my mind that will forever beckon me to return.
You okay?
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
You lost traction here, see?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we have ended up on this motorcycle path here. And it'll be really interesting to see if this turns out back to the main road. At first, I wanted to take us down like a really nasty footpath. Maybe you could do it on a dirt bike. But then it caught up with this one. So I don't know. We'll just see what happens here. It's early in the day. What time is it? Oh no, it's a little bit afternoon. Says we got 25 miles to go, which is a 25 kilometers, excuse me, which is an hour, which drives with the GPS sat nav. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this path continues, doesn't degrade. Because if it doesn't degrade, or if it degrades into a manner that's still passable, this is pretty freaking cool. Give me this over a road any day. No buses, no cars, very little traffic. Nice peaceful ride here. Yeah. Check it out. Okay, we made it. What time is it? Just before 2 o'clock. What did I say this morning? It'd be a nice, boring, flat drive, hot. Well, I was wrong about 2 out of 3 of those things. So we made it here. What a day. Whew. Right, so here we are, last day at Bobby Lake. We're going all the way to Hanoi today. 200 kilometers. Be one of our most busy days, or longest days, I should say. Yeah, it is what it is. We're getting an early start, although we're already half an hour behind schedule. Not our fault though. We had difficulties finding somebody to pay the bill. Okay, well, let's get going.
All right, lads.
Yeah, bud.
Shall we?
So it looks like we've stumbled upon another one of these really, really tiny roads, which is cool. Sure is nice. We were making some good time before, not so much now. But it's I really like these little roads, so it's all good. Right, this is a little bit deep.
That was so much fun.
Okay, we just stopped at a random place on the side of the road, and we got some genuine authentic, no kidding. Pho. Pho. Pho? 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 Yeah. Got some coffee on the way. Yay?
Really good. I was
First meal of the day.
so hungry, getting a little grumpy. Very good.
So, this is delivery model. It's got a auxiliary tank and heavy duty kickstand, heavy duty racks. Yep.
And then we're done. A little sad,
Yeah.
but also I can't wait to get to the hotel.
Thanks.
I'm not sure if the camera picked it up or not, but we're on the last 100 miles of the trip. Or, excuse me, kilometers. We're 100 miles north of Hanoi and 100 kilometers north of Hanoi. And yeah, we're gonna take us between 2 and 3 hours.
Ready, Giang?
Yeah.
There's another guy coming up.
Yeah, so well, we had the chance. Figured I'd talk a minute about this CB150 here. Now, it's an unremarkable motorcycle, but that's not a bad thing. Actually paid extra for this bike. Another bike here in Vietnam, you see a lot of the backpacker crowd ride is the Ditech Winds, and yeah, those aren't very good. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the CB150. So this is a Honda CB150. I think it's a 2018. It's got 25,000 kilometers on it. I don't know what that is off the top of my head in miles, but I'll put it on the screen. Done. Let me see here. There's 500, 750, 1,000. Maybe about 1,350 kilometers total I spent on this bike by the time we get it back to the rental agency. You know, when I say it's an unremarkable bike, the reason I'm not wild about it is because I'm a little bit big for it. I can't show you right now, but I feel like I'm sitting in a chair rather than a saddle. And for long days on a bike, that's it's a little bit uncomfortable. More uncomfortable than it would be for a bike that maybe fit me a little bit better. It's a lot better than the CT style bikes that Chen and T are on. I don't care what anybody says. I don't prefer those. The riding style, the power on this compared to this bike is about the same. It's like I've been able to keep pace with them on the hills, but it's not like I can pass them. So one or the other might have a little bit more power, but it's really meaningless. The CTs probably have less horsepower, but they're quite a bit lighter too. And when I say CTs, I mean a Honda Blade. They're CT style bikes in America, maybe other places. The CB has great brakes for the speeds here. I mean, fabulous brakes. It's got a disc brake in front, rear brake in the back, and it's been more than adequate. Not like real performance riding, but still, it's nice to know you can rely on your brakes. The thing itself is kind of ugly. It's been through lots of trips, but you know, I'm not here to ride a bike for looks. The handling, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna, Again, unremarkable, but completely adequate for the speeds I feel comfortable going on in this road, on these roads. You never know what's around the next corner, and you got to take it kind of slow. So, speaking of that, it's fine. The tires. What kind of tires are these? 17-inch Wanda. Just making sure I'm hoping I never stumble across those tires again. They're awful. I don't know, 60-40 tires on it. 60% road, 40% off-road. But the tank is all messed up, and they tried to put a cover on it, and that's peeling off. But whatever. Again, I really don't care about that stuff. It's got a crash card on it. I'll do a walk around later and overlay it on this video. You know, the only thing I have to complain about this bike, and it's not the bike's fault, is I'm a little bit big for it. Should I have rented an XR 150? Yeah, probably. But at the time, I was thinking, number one, I like these luggage racks. Again, I'll do a walkthrough. I like keeping my load down low. And number two, I just wanted to try something different. They say the CB is good for 2-up and luggage. I don't know about that. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But you know what? I don't know what other choice you have. I really, really don't. I guess compared to your choices, I guess it'd be better than being on a CT or a Ditech Wind. One of those was having trouble following us up the mountain the other day, but who knows what kind of condition the engine was in. But you know, it's a Honda. I saw that it had mag wheels, cast type wheels. They weren't spoked, so I wasn't worried about the rims being all wonky. Suspension is fine. I never hit a bump and like, oh, my back, or send the bike off into a weird direction. None of that shit's happened. None of that stuff's happened. Oh, and another bonus thing about this bike is it's got a huge gas tank. I put 11 liters in it, so I think it's got 12 liters. I'm not quite sure. So, roughly 3 gallons. That's a 400 kilometer range. So right now, I've got 237 kilometers and I still got over a half a tank. So, I'm going to get back to Hanoi with gas left in the tank, more gas than I picked it up with. Almost certainly, but then again, fuel gauges on motorcycles are notoriously unreliable. You know, this thing was cruising no problem, just a nice, smooth, easy ride. I mean, I was talking in the camera the whole time. We were going between 50 and 60 kilometers per hour, and that's about as fast as you want to go in Vietnam. So yeah, right now, 5th gear, almost, there we go, 62 kilometers per hour, and the engine's just a nice cruising speed. It'll go faster, and it will go faster comfortably, but this is just a nice cruising speed for it. And yeah, so I'll just wrap this video up, or this monologue up, and say the CB150 is not a bad choice. For me, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but it's not been a problem. Okay, well, that was painfully long. I me rambling about this, but hello. I think for the gearheads that watch this channel, I hope that you appreciate me talking about bikes, and for the rest of you, I hope to keep other stuff in here to keep it interesting for you too. All right, 86 kilometers to go. Oh, one more thing. You notice how we're kind of in this semi. I don't want to call it a suburb. I don't know if that has any meaning here, but it's a town on either side. I suspect it's going to be like that for the rest of the way. But it's nice. We've been averaging between 50 and 60 kilometers, so our Google Maps estimation might be right, 2 hours. So we're going to get there a little bit after 2 or so, which is not bad. I don't know, it's as far as motorcycling goes, it's pretty exhausting because there's not a lot of good stuff to see. It's kind of boring. It gets kind of not mind-numbing. But on the other hand, there's lots of potential danger places. There's entry points to the road all along here. Trucks, cars, buses, bicycles, pedestrians, kids, dogs. I'm sure I left some things out, but that's all. I'm really having to pay attention here. Oh yeah, other bikes too that you gotta pass. See? Yeah, see? You know, that guy looked before he made a left, and half the time they don't. So yeah, this is pretty treacherous along here as far as safety and defensive riding go. That's why those CTs don't have a gas tank. The gas tank's under the seat. More room for cargo. You know, like where on my bikes, where the gas tank and the engine is, there's empty space there for cargo, groceries, or big burlap sacks of whatever. You know, when your back rack and saddlebags are full. Fit one more between your legs.
As we approached Hanoi, I started to feel the thick, polluted air in my lungs. After spending weeks in the dreamy, idyllic scenery of the Giang Loop, it almost feels like an alarm clock went off in my head. It's time to wake up. It's time to awaken from the slumber. Whether I wanted to or not, life just started coming at me a whole lot faster.
It was time lapse, but still hyperlapse, whatever.
Yeah.
I put a temporary bandage on Chev's arm. Then the guy that pulled out in front of him took him to the hospital on his bike.
Ew, gross. I don't know how many stitches it was. I think it was 6 or 7. All good.
Give me a minute. We need to talk.
Who's the doctor?
Okay, let me tell you something about my son Javier. He's tough as nails. On the night he was born, he came out, midwife made sure he was fine, tended to his mother. Javier started resting. Once his mother was squared away, the focus came on him. It was time to inspect him, and weigh him, and measure him, and all that other kind of stuff. He changed my perception, my ideas about humanity forever, because the kid was pissed. He was angry. He was throwing a fit. As a newborn baby, he came this close to rolling over. Now, when I say angry and pissed and all those words, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, he is powerful. Powerful in a way that I didn't know a person could be. And I knew him about, I don't know, 35 minutes at this point. That's why I named him the way I did. I gave him his name.
No one walks away from an accident unchanged. I looked into my son's eyes, and I saw the transformation happen in real time. A nondescript intersection in a nameless suburb far from home took something from him. A piece of him will forever haunt this place, just like a disembodied soul forever searching for the reasons why things went down the way they did. Chev, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, this is my message to you. Mourn the loss of your innocence and heal your wounds. The process that you're going through is both necessary and natural. I could have. I should have. If only I were. Watch the replays, over and over, and heal your wounds. When this will be done, I promise you that someday the void where your innocence once occupied will be filled. This new place is called wisdom. With this, nothing is outside of your grasp. Wear your scar with pride, and as you said, with luck that it's not on your face. and allow it to remind you that you will never charge into the chaos without the armor of the scar you earned that day.
"30 kilometers to go." Man, this frickin' sucks. Did I get on a one-way street? Where are we? Ah. I think there's 2 spots over there too. All right, we made it. One of us is injured, but we made it. Okay, I'm gonna turn this camera off and go find something to stare at that's not moving for a while. Holy crap. Oh. Hey Chad, if I take this bag off, you'll have room. Yeah. Hello.
So, kiss me?
Yes.
Yeah, you go to buy the opposite side, sir.
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah, the valet. You stay in the valet?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go to the buy motorbike here.
Where?
Yeah, yeah, on this side, sir.
Here. I'll be back.
Yeah. Can have you.
I think so. Over there?
Yeah, it's over there. It is here.
Whoa. Over there? Okay. Very good, very good. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna make room for Tia. Oh, thank you.
A couple hours more here. Just a couple stitches.
Feeling wrong with it.
With your bike?
My chain, maybe? Hear that like rattling?
All right, Chev, what do we need to do to get you, that's pretty nasty.
Bleeding all over the place. I did such a bad job with the stitches.
Well, you probably weren't supposed to ride a motorbike right after.
That's not really a strenuous thing.
We made it.
Okay. Proud of you.
All right. Okay, here we are in Hanoi. We're taking the rental bike back, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm a little bit scared. I've been procrastinating doing this. I would just want to say, if you're sitting on your couch right now and you're laughing at me because I'm scared to get on my bike, I have one thing to say back to you. It's like, how far have you gone? If you haven't been staying on your bike for a while, you haven't gone nearly far enough. Yeah, so what I did was just put the fear aside, because that will kill you. So if you find yourself on a bike and you can't do that, pull over, get off, take the bus, go play a video game, do whatever you can, because fear on a bike is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will fuck up. So either deal with it or go ride another day. All right, let's go deal with this. Wish me luck.
Well, that's a wrap for the Vietnam trip. As always, thanks for coming along. And be sure to join us for the next vid as the journey continues.